And then that. So, hopefully everybody in here has been like enjoying the stream. You know, I appreciate that some people think that like, you know, you got a pretty chill place here to hang out. Um, I'll again have to thank Retro Mary for that follow from before. I also didn't expect to come into compliment that actually kind of threw me off for the first 5 minutes of the stream. So that was a thing. Uh, the Virtual Fighter matches were fun. I I appreciated a lot of like what I was able to kind of figure out through through the different matches. Especially just Shundi. Shundi in general is always interesting to fight. Like I don't care what level because it's like he the way his character is made is like he can be played very differently through different levels. And you don't see that all that often with different characters. Because some characters are made in a way where it's like regardless of your player level, you have a certain way that you would end up playing the character anyway. And if you're on the lower end, there'll just be things like kind of missing, like pieces of the puzzle, not that that aren't all there. But then the better you get as a player, the more of these things you start seeing come up. But Shundi is just he can be all over the place. And it's really interesting to see like where he goes as people's games progress. He just didn't pick the best defensive option. I I didn't expect to have to pick a defensive option. I came in to an instantaneous guard break. I wasn't ready. Free to the compliment, OS. Yeah, like unless I know it's coming, then I'm just gonna be like, see, now you're just trying to mess with me, right? But like that was 100% unexpected. That just messed me up. uh, but no, like I said, I really did enjoy the Virtual Fighter matches. I'm gonna definitely like try to get at more. I already asked Incident 73, a friend of mine about like playing matches in the future because we tested the online yesterday and had a few matches and they're pretty good. They play pretty solid Jeffrey. So I'll end up probably asking at some point if they want to like play some matches on stream and just hang out. And like Virtual Fighter, as I said when the game came out, like Virtual Fighters, it's going to be a thing, like a consistent thing. It's going to be on the agenda. So it's like that's where we are. It's gonna happen more and more. Yeah, but all that said though, outside of like now Neki and the rigging. Like, how's everybody holding up? Like, what's been going on? Because I know it's been a while since I've actually like streamed, so it's like, how's everybody been holding up? You look forward to the streams. When I play Strive, gotta run some matches so you can learn the Geo matchup. Yeah, yeah, I still gotta actually like play more Strive, right? That's gotta happen. Hmm. Hello, you're here to learn how to get good at this game. Also, yes, I've been okay. I've been like trying to recover from the second COVID vaccine shot. Uh which I have done successfully. Feeling a lot better. So that is that's been, pushed to the wayside and I don't have to worry about that. At least until I do. Yeah, because of course it's a vaccine, and there's probably gonna be a need for another shot, which that's fine. Counting the days till Melty. Which when is the date for the new Melty? Let's see. Keep seeing Faust players being depressed with some of his shit, and yeah, you're feeling it too. Believe Melty is in August. Well, we can check. Let's do a search. All we have so far is 2021. We do not have a month or a day. Feel awful for all the Faust and Anji mates. Hmm. Might be thinking of the Tsukihime remake. Quarter 4 2021, most likely. You think so? We'll see what happens with that. Anji's Fujin is such a free punish and it makes you sad. Anji's always been a character that you want to play by like mixing up, things in regards to when you do certain moves, using certain guard points to get in and push through certain things. It involves making some very smart call outs and then transitioning into pressure. And they kind of try to actually, you know, translate that style into Strive. But the way that Strive is, it's a little weird to adjust to. So it's like he can still do it, but there's just weirdness about how some of it works in Strive. And he kind of suffers for that. Faust legit feels so miserable to play. You're gonna keep slogging through it with him, but still, it sucks. Keep seeing people finding answers to his tech on Twitter, and I mean, you feel for him. Okay, gotta run down and pick up some medication. Yep, do what you gotta do, Kia. I mean, in general, just you know, play whatever character you feel like playing. Just be aware that, you know, whatever character you play, like your the amount of workload you have to put in is going to vary, right? And if a character has to put in a crazy amount of work and that's the character that you feel most comfortable with, you also need to get comfortable with the fact that you're going to have to put in a pretty strong amount of work. So it's a thing. You know it's bad when Twitter finds anti-tech. See, there's a lot of shit you need to do yourself to get good, like actually go on the offense for once and go for more item okay. But still, it can only help so much. No, well, funny man throws out items and dies in the corner. Now, I mean, an important thing is actually recognizing things that you need to work on to improve, for sure. Like, I know, like, let's take me and Virtua Fighter, for example. Like, there's a lot of things that I recognize when it comes to playing as Jackie or playing as Eileen, right? But these are things that I recognize about playing the characters. Like certain strings actually put me in advantage here, or I can do this and you can't challenge with this, right? I know certain things that I can do in particular positions that will make it hard for you to move in certain ways. I know nuances about the characters. But then there are basics of the game that I falter on. I know that I'm not the quickest when it comes to throw techs. Like, even if I know that someone is going to throw me and I know what the throw is, I might hit the input late, and that's always an oof, especially if you're playing as like a Wolf or a Jeffrey, right? That's ouch. Um, Another thing is if people like use certain characters that have certain strings that can be mixed up a number of ways, I tend to usually react based on the string that I tend to see the most, which it's bad. It's an autopilot reaction, and it's something that I need to shake because I know that for some characters, they certainly can 100% shift things around like that, and they should, right? And that's until I can kind of shake that habit and do more fuzzy guarding against things like that. That's going to be something that'll shake me on occasion. Um, but the fact that like I do, in fact, fuzzy guard, it helps. But it is something where it's like I know I need to work on this, and that's an important thing. You recognize where you need to actually sort out kinks in your gameplay and do what you can in training mode and in matches to actually learn how to react, learn how to do various things. And that's across like the board with fighting games. It's important. You have to know this stuff. Let's see. The fact is, command grab can be 6 feet across screen is just woof. Let's see. To be honest, it is your fault for not actually going on the offense and trying to use items defensively a lot, when it would help to go for more creative ways to go for command grab, because command grab gives off more decent OK and combo opportunities, which is great. Easily Faust's best thing, IMO. Hmm, I can see it. And yes, fighting games are indeed a trip. It's There's a whole lot of brain work that goes into it, and not everybody processes things the same way. There's always something to consider. Just enjoy party time when you hit a 6 8 test with knockout. That what you call it? Party time? Plus on your offense. I believe Naneki's still playing Nago. So good, we can cry on each other's shoulders. That's terrible. That is terrible. Can't dish the man that's been there for you since day one. Ah, Jesus. Nah, I know that feeling though. I was there with Makoto in Blaze Blue. Literally, if Makoto didn't debut in Blaze Blue, I would not have played Blaze Blue for as long as I did because I mained Noel, uh, and subbed like she. And then between Calamity Trigger and Continuum Shift, those two characters actually changed a lot because the game changed a lot. And they just didn't feel comfortable to me anymore. They felt like completely different characters to me. And then Makoto dropped, and I was like, okay, well, I can actually rock with what she does. And on top of that, she was really good initially, and then she got nerfed, and that just stuck all the way up until Chrono Phantasma and Chrono Phantasma and Central Fiction, where she got better. And I played her through all of that, through all of her bad times, and just stuck with her. It's like, oh, well, this is where we are. Don't know if anyone noticed it, but Nago has booby physics, and you respect it. Only the cultured notice that. And people tend to forget. Guys have bounce too. That's literally why they have the whole like flexing their pecs thing. And just watching his windscreen, it had to do a double take when you saw it. Oh my goodness. We're waiting for the first balance patch though. Then you'll see you may jump to Kai. No, I mean Kai wouldn't be a bad choice. I can't remember a time where Kai was bad. Ever. Like ever. Yeah, 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 exactly. It's kind of fitting. He's one of the main characters, and he's always been made to be the balanced type. You go with whoever has the most freedom in combos to you. So wait, how does that translate to Nago in comparison to some of the other characters in the game? Cause huh? I have question marks floating around my head right now. No, I've seen that for sure, but like so do several of the other characters. Sounds like a Geo main thing to say. That's also destroying a health bar with a super. I know that much. Yeah, maybe on the Geo side. Yeah, Geo's got some cool stuff. Spe- Speaking of destroying health bars, I hope May dies. Jesus. Said it with a smiley face. Oh my goodness. People need to hit the lab. People need to hit the lab and just focus in regards to, Totsugeki nonsense. Study that out. Hmm? Just been hounding Nago because he your homie. And you want to help flesh out the tech that people just refuse to lab and then why? Right, like reliable double super you found out. Max dust damage. I'm still like talking about dust. I'm still mind blown over the fact that May can hit you in a dust combo and then do aerial super and the super drops out of the sky like a ballistic missile, right? That's actually really nutty. There's literally no May players in the EUPC. You swear you've come across one May player. They may be on higher floors? Question mark? Could be possible. May just gets 9 projectiles with 100 meter and you don't know how to cope. You want to get matchup experience, but the guy one and dones you wasn't even on promo or demo. One and dones are always a pain, especially when you run into someone who has like things going on with their particular character that you haven't encountered and you want to learn more. You just want to learn, but they're like, nah, we're done. And it's like, May basically was suffering from GG's equivalent of COVID 19. and went from dying to a menace. Yeah, 80% 50-50 she can put you in. I mean, she does need loads of tension for that. She needs loads of tension for that to be 100% fair. Like, unless she comes up on you and gets a successful gold burst, like, you're not going to just have to deal with that in the early stages. A big subplot of Xrd was we gotta cure May. Yeah, I remember that. Sorry, your brain like that. They try to hit you, and then when they get bored, she taunts you. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. Just take some time and lab some stuff. That and, you know, you just gotta do your best to block and be patient with a lot of situations too. She is definitely the epitome of don't get caught slipping. Welcome back, Kia. You're like, dang, Daisuke allows you all to have high low 50/50s. Yeah, I mean that's been Guilty Gear for ages. Have you ever seen like old school Eddie slash Zato one play? That is actually oppressive to like a sickening degree. Old school Eddie slash Zato one could actually sit like make you have to sit there and block for literally 20 to 30 seconds straight consistently off of most setups that he could get you into. If he caused you to block, you're just stuck blocking and there's nothing you can do. Yeah, exactly. See, Cheese knows what's up. Exactly. Like, it was actually insane. And it's like, in the entire time, it's just 50/50s the whole time. And it's like, you think some of this stuff in Strive is crazy. The entire time, you have to deal with is he going to be high, low, or you going to have to deal with multiple overheads, or is he just going to come in and command grab you and set you up for pressure all over again? Because, oof. Better hope they don't bring Bridget back. Yeah, Bridget also had some nutty stuff. I hope Bridget comes back, honestly. Like, me and my roommate are in agreement about that. Like, Bridget's just interesting. Very interesting, like, playstyle wise and everything else. And it's just like, no, no, bring Bridget back, please. Old Zato invented MKX's meta. Gets in 50/50s you to death. GG's, well played. Hmm. Yeah, it's nutty. Zato does play like a cyber ninja. Negative edge buzzsaw for pressure comes in. You got to deal with possible multiple overheads. Command grab into more Oki, which again sets up for Shadow. Shadow can be set up to do anti-airs for you while you're doing pressure. So if they try to jump out, the giant drill locks them in. And it's just, oh my goodness. It's like this character is like, yes, he's high execution and very timing intensive, but it is disgusting. He is absolutely sickening in the right hands. Huh? Human smoke. Yeah. Human smoke in UMK3. Mr. I'm just Scorpion, but I have a launcher and faster walk speed, and that makes me inherently different and worlds better. Like the ones we got so far, so creative, and you just want to see more. Yeah, bring back Jam, please. Like Jam's in the data mining stuff, and that's cool. But I want to see what Jam like would actually be like in Strive, right? And I mean, I'll still mess with her regardless. Hopefully she would come back and still generally function like Jam functions. You'll get Strive the moment they put Jam in, right? Like if it wasn't for the first beta, I actually would have like bypassed Strive myself because like I've played 6 different characters through the course of like Guilty Gear's lifespan as a series, right? And when Xrd came out, none of those 6 characters were there. Not a single one. And I entirely bypassed Xrd because I wasn't comfortable with anyone. I gave the game a try, but I just wasn't comfortable with anyone. I wasn't enjoying the way the game felt and wasn't enjoying any of the characters besides. So I was like, nah, I'm good on this. And then they dropped Revelator and brought back Johnny and Jam, and I'm like, oh, I got 2 of my characters now. Cool. Let me actually mess with this. Felt a lot better in general. Um, and now, like with Strive, I like I gave the beta a try because I mean, reading and looking into Strive, everything was pointing to Strive just being a whole new experience, just in general as a game. And I was like, oh, that's actually something to actually approach the game and keep in mind because if it's just going to be a whole new experience, then that means I could get used to certain things from the ground up and just kind of go from there. And that was a good thing. That was a good thing. And then on top of that, Giovanna looked pretty interesting to me. And it turned out I did actually like the way she played a lot. So I was like, yeah, no, I can roll with Giovanna. This is cool. And then from there, I heard that Jam was in the data mining, so now there's Giovanna and potentially Jam incoming. So I mean, yeah, I'm there for that. Wonder if she's actually in the game and not her character model in the credits. Yeah, that's the thing that worries me, right? See, you're lucky you have Faust in this game. He may be a mangled corpse of a character, but he's there. Let's see, same. You played Jam and Bridget. In Xrd, you had to pick up Eno, which lucky they simplified their input. Heard Biken is in the data mine too. I haven't heard that one. That is interesting though. Because a lot of the data mine characters are in the credits of the game. Which, if you haven't played the story, it is like a 10 out of 10. And I may have to do that. Your soul still hurts. Jeez. We actually cried at the end of the story. I have heard that it gives the feels TM. I have heard that that is the thing. Something clicked at the end with certain characters and you went no. And you cried. The, the chat has become a Guilty Gear story support group. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's the crying on shoulder stream, just what you were hoping for. Yeah, I'm looking to it at some point, for sure. You also recommend trying out Boss Naga. Hmm. I have heard stories. I have heard stories. Maybe let's try that. It took nearly 400 attempts to do it with Ram. Yeet. Wins Boss Rage Naga. Boss Naga can go into Blood Rage and do specials, and you're like, dang, when am I unlocking that? That's DLC. You're gonna have to buy that like Susanoo in Central Fiction. You can actually cheese Boss Naga out by going in the corner and just throwing him. You will pay the expansion pass. Don't play. You'd give Arxis money for that to buy Nago limited edition from Sub Command Dash alone is worth the FF14 expansion. Nago, no bad matchups edition. Yeesh. Naga really needs that cross up though, for real, for real. Pay for better frames, Nago. When do I get to pay for the big three update? Pay for frame day? No, no, no. We're not going down the Tekken route. That's just out of pocket. Sometimes characters need to be adjusted, though. You know, no ifs, ands, buts about that. Sometimes it really is a matter of people needing to learn matchups and stuff, for sure. And it's not that bad. It seems that bad because it's like character is oppressive in certain ways. But it's like when you sit down and actually study the way certain things work, there's actually ways to shut things down. But you have to actually have that level of understanding and that execution. You know, you have to be on that grind so that you can, get that level of anticipation. so that when you do understand it, you can do what you need to do. It really sometimes it really does come down to this character isn't that bad if you can play at a decent enough level. But then there are other characters. Like, okay, so the first example of like the prior thing where I was saying like characters just seem oppressive and they're not as bad as people tend to think, but it can be considered kind of cancerous in the public zeitgeist until people learn the matchup. Obviously, May, right? May is someone that a lot of people look at and they feel like she is just cancer, but it's like you can work your way around a lot of stuff, right? So things are doable, but you have to figure things out. You absolutely need to. It's especially like daunting based on character as well because you do have ways around, but you have to know what exactly you need to do. But then you want an example of a character that simply needed to be adjusted and like they could just get away with sheer murder, right? Who remembers original Kokanoe? Because that was an adventure. Fireball, yeah. We do not talk about original Coco. Original Kokanoe was a mess, right? That character. You want to talk about a character that actually was doing stuff they had no business doing? Original Kokanoe was a monster. You know, black hole setups. So anytime she got heat, and it's like, oh well, black hole's a thing. Black hole's unblockable. Black hole hurts and sets up for more black hole because she's gonna do a combo that's gonna build enough heat for her to create a reset. So that's an issue. Then she's putting magnets all over the place that let her, throw out fireballs and control loads of space. Her being able to put down things that, like, traps that actually, you know, shoot up lightning everywhere and still cover a lot of things. She had good buttons in general, nice speed without a heck of a lot of recovery initially. Um, and of course, there's her teleport, which her teleport actually gave super early frames of invo to the point where, like, if someone was pressuring her, she could actually use teleport to just get out midstream. And it's just like, well, what do you do? What do you do? Because just like now Neki said in the chat, like, hippity hoppity, this neutral is now my property. that that was original Coco in a nutshell, right? He was a terror. And it's like, what do you do against this? So now, here's the ironic part, right? He got nerfed. And he's still really good. That didn't change, like, her being good. He's just not, I can do whatever I want good anymore. That honor now goes to her mother. Because Nine came in, and Nine is very, very strong. Like, oh, Nine is on some nonsense. Yes, you need to know what to do. You need to. But she's she's so good. She controls a lot of space everywhere. And it's just spells everywhere. She has instant overheads and mix-ups, and it's just this character. uh, Seeing a good Nine is ooh oof. Yeah, it runs in the family. And like Nine showed up and just put Kokonoe on punishment. What if I told you about throwing black holes at people? We don't do that in this household. And everybody's breathing a sigh of relief. And then Nine pulls out her magic book. If you want to torture people, you do it like this. It's like, oh no. Yeah, it runs on the mother's side of the family. The mom. They did Jubei dirty. Jubei is definitely a struggle character. Kind of a shame too, because like I know a lot of people were looking forward to Jubei. People were asking for Jubei for ages, and then they finally get him, and he's just there. Jubei and lore. I am the strongest character in this universe. Jubei bitches. Her meow am kitten. Please no hurt me. It's about right though. Ooh. Please, BB's Nico arc. Thanks. Now I have very slow life in my head. Thanks a lot. Makes you glad you're Jin scum. Just frame chat people for free damage. Ugh. Jin. Yeah, Jin frame traps are certainly a thing to deal with for sure. I mean, thank goodness he can't actually like put you in a free state that you had to actually shake out of anymore. Cause that was actual nonsense. Jin needs that shake mechanic. Nah, no, 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 no. RPG status effects in fighting games before Persona. It's called a reaction test. A reaction test. Jeez. To unlock playing the match, you gotta pass the chart. Terrible. Ever play VF? Play what? Uh, oh, jeez. That's it though. I appreciate everybody hanging out for sure. Um, I think we're going to find someone to raid. So let's see who's doing what. Uh, hmm. Don't apologize for coming in my stream and like venting about character usage in a fighting game. It is that is the last thing you should apologize for. Coming into a fighting game like centric streamers stream and talking about fighting games. If anything, it generates discussion. You're fine. You are 100% fine. That said, you are welcome. Streams will be more normalized yet again. Now, Neki, good luck with the rigging. And thank you for the well wishes. Jeez, appreciate that. Uh, Jeez, who is doing what right now? I'm not seeing any familiar names. Oh, well. Yeah, second shot is rough. But, only takes a couple days to get on through. I'm not seeing anyone to raid, really. Although, there is someone currently playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma that I follow. So, could throw you in that direction. They actually speedrun Ninja Gaiden Sigma, so hey, should be interesting. Let's go to the dash and set up this raid. Okay. Again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. And, you know, everybody take care. First one knocked you out. Yeah. Everybody take it easy.